You're listening to Two Girls, One Mic
Get smart about your money.
with the Shift Control session brought to you by moneysmart.co.za.
Shift financial control back to you.
This is our shift control session, is it not?
It is with Money Smart, and it's about traveling on a budget. And since you've been traveling, I mean,
Exactly.
can you
Well,
call
I mean-
it? Can you call it traveling?
Yes.
Per se. Oh, tell us how.
You know, you speak. Look at the lag. Bear with us, everybody. Can you call it traveling? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because I mean it's like an hour and a half flight, 2-hour flight to Joburg. And yes, you are packing a suitcase.
Yes, I know. It's barely traveling. And obviously, the kind of traveling that Money Smart sort of was implicating was, you know, the traveling around, backpacking around Southeast Asia, those kinds of things, which is... But, you know, for me, for example, traveling on the budget up to Joburg is get the producers of the show to pay for everything.
I was just thinking that.
So far, my budget's doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
But,
was thinking. The stuff that I was thinking of is obviously around the food stuff. You've got breakfast, lunch, and dinner paid for.
Well, that's another good point, because when you're traveling, your primary thing is also your health. You don't want to get your immune system down, so you can't eat junk food. So maybe those extra few rands you spend on a more healthy meal is actually going to save you a lot of vitamins and doctor's stuff down the line.
Definitely.
Which is misery.
Definitely. I mean, I was reading this book by Tim Ferriss called The 4-Hour Work Week. And I know it's a bit out of date, but he was sort of saying stuff like, don't sort of get options where you don't need to eat breakfast at your hotel, because you're going to get like the usual sort of, stuff that you don't necessarily need to eat. Instead, like go out and buy, I don't know, muesli or fruit or something random like that, which I doubt you'll be doing.
No, we've already planned what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to meet in our bathrobes in the buffet tomorrow morning and sit there till 12. Just eat. That's where you make all your money back, you see, at the buffet. So if you are traveling on a budget and your hotel happens to have a buffet, just eat till you can't eat anymore and you don't need to eat the rest of the day. Money saved.
Very, very nice. Angel Campy, ladies and drums.
Well, my tips are not very health conscious, and a lot of people should not listen to me, but I'm talking about, being a student, being a saver.
I have to admit, I'm a little bit jealous about this whole PJ party that's going to be happening in the hotel.
Yes, but go to a song, and then when we come back, and we'll speak a little bit more about realistic money saving.
Yes, I think so
traveling.
too. This is for you. It's We Are Young.
Here we are. We're back. Two girls, one mic. Whoop whoop. Two girls, two cities.
Money Smart, Shift Control.
So let's carry on with the Money Smart shift control session. So obviously, myself traveling is an all expenses paid pimping balling trip, and that's not usually the case. Usually, you have to dream and sweat and save up a hell of a lot of money and time to get over there.
Exactly.
And this is the thing. A lot of people will be like, let's go on holiday, and they'll swipe their credit cards and be like, spur of the moment. But I would argue that saving up instead of putting things on credit, so rather postpone by 6 months, because then that peace of mind you have is completely invaluable when you're lying on a beach instead of worrying about the debt you've just racked up.
Well, that's what I was thinking. There's probably nothing worse than going to some awesome, white sands, blue water, that whole vibe, and then thinking, well, I'm going to have to spend the next 6 months paying this off. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then it's like, put pina coladas in the sun. Well, how much are they? If you've got a budget that you've preset, that you've saved up, and also go to a cheap place like Thailand. Pina coladas in the sun, cheap, $1.
Well,
do some homework, find out which places are, have the best sort of deals.
I think lots of the East does. I mean, that was half the trip to India, because it's just like it's really cheap to kind of go and then live as well. So yeah.
Yes.
Instead of going.
And then, accommodation is also this sneaky little financial ninja, because you think, well, once a flight and everything's covered. But there's cool ways to get around that if you're a bit of a hipster. You could do that couch surfing thing.
I was just going to say that. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's also quite cool to get one of those long-term rental apartments, which end up being a lot cheaper than a hotel, because you are then essentially catering for yourself and cleaning your own spot, which is cool, because then you kind of get to feel like you're part of whatever city you happen to be in.
Exactly, yeah, because then you get a part of everything, and they cook for you, and it's. But then you run the risk of like a really dodgy, weird person. You might never come out alive. But
sure,
these are the risks you take.
I'm sure we can write that off as character building.
Exactly,
Surely.
character building, and once you get out of the asylum, it's a great story to tell your grandchildren.
I was thinking transportation because obviously taking cabs is not an option. Taking cabs in Cape Town, depending on where you live, can be quite expensive, but overseas just
Yes, of
eats
course.
into your budget. Have your powers of awesome gods who have taken you to Joburg, have they given you a car?
They haven't given me a car, but they've given me this little man you're going to play Wham for. He's my chauffeur, my beck and call. So yes, I mean, but of course, sometimes taxis work out more expensive than renting a car in certain towns. So if you look that up, although, and sometimes there's like trains. Like I know, for example, when I went to Cambodia, it was cheaper to take a boat up the river than it was to take a bus or a train to get from Phnom Penh to whatever, Siem Reap.
That
So,
makes sense.
there's just little things that it's a simple homework assignment.
We're going to say bye to you,
Go to a
lady.
song and have some fun.
Yeah, we're going to go to Wham, Careless Whisper. Thanks, Ruben. It's amazing. And have an awesome time in Joburg, Angel. And break a leg tonight
Thanks.
and Sunday.
And I will. And luckily, since this was the Money Smart Ship Control session, at least I don't have to worry about money this weekend.
Exactly. Join us every Friday between 1 and 3 p.m. for the Money Smart Shift Control session.
Budget, save, and invest with moneysmart.co.za.
The free online personal finance platform that helps you stay organized with all your money in one place.
Shift financial control back to you.